I don't believe the Iranian regime was ever given a chance to see how it would unfold between the crippling sanctions that were imposed on the Iranian government and then the huge amounts of money it had to subtract from civilian investment.
Oh God. Although I don't expect any better from a Hezbollah sympathizer, who also happens to be the son of Holocaust survivors. What a sad, sad man. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a prime example of Brandolini's law, the bullshit asymmetry principle. In a nutshell, refers to the energy needed to refute bullshit is an order of magnitude larger than that needed to produce it. Professor Finkelstein. In the 1930s, Western powers, particularly Britain and France, just like today, pursued a policy of appeasement toward Hitler, because they had hoped Hitler would turn into a tree-hugging Bob Marley, or some shit. The rest is history. Even during the war against the Nazis, there were negotiations with the Nazis. In 1945, as Nazi Germany had collapsed, Heinrich Himmler, one of the chief architects of the Holocaust, secretly tried to negotiate surrender terms with the Western Allies. Now the question is, with your rhetoric today, no serious historian uses those negotiations with Himmler to rehabilitate him, nor would they justify by any means the anti-World War II protests throughout the West. Would you have? The Islamic regime occupying Iran is no different. A theocratic, totalitarian, caliph obsessive ideology mass slaughtering its way into global supremacy. You mentioned sanctions. So let's talk sanctions for all the anti-war sanctions relief schmucks who for some fucking reason think that lifting sanctions would mean the Velayat Fadi Islamic regime will just evaporate. Executions will dissipate. Women will be given permission to fucking breathe for once. And Islamic ideology would transform into rainbows and shit. Yes, Professor, the Islamic regime occupying Iran has been given not a chance, but 47 years of chances to reform, restructure, and restore peace. And it failed all the tests. The West for decades has continued its policy of appeasement to rescue the regime, not the people. Let's go through only a handful of examples, shall we? In the 1990s, France made billions of dollars of investments into Iranian oil and gas fields, despite the exportation of terror proxies. In the 2000s, Germany delivered surveillance tech that helped the regime track, arrest, and kill protesters after the 2009 Green Uprising. Another set of billions investment into the regime. In 2015, the JCPOA unfroze 150 billion US dollars, enabled vast sanctions relief, and opened the door to Western firms like Airbus and Boeing, a great opportunity for the regime to turn into a bunch of peace-loving unicorns. In 2023, Biden gave 6 billion US dollars under the guise of humanitarian aid, but just so happened to lead to October 7th. Not sure why. Since the 1979 Islamo-Marxist coup in Iran, the occupying regime has had 3 reformist presidents, all of which maintain the highest rate of executions in the world per capita, alongside all the other human rights abuses and global-scale terrorist attacks. Amazing peaceful reforms there, hey? The past month of war against the IRGC has revealed something even darker. Iranians have been living on top of the stockpile of hidden missile cities for years. The same sanctions pressure rhetoric you use is only a propaganda guise to hide the reality. These kleptocratic fossils have used and abused Iran, one of the most resource-rich nations in the world, squandered for Islamic terrorism and globalization, with the most recent case being tens of thousands slaughtered within the space of 2 days. Professor Finkelstein, the Islamic regime cannot be reformed or de-radicalized or be given any more chances. In the same way that kindly asking Heinrich Himmler to not slaughter Jews for simply being Jews ain't gonna change a Nazi. There is only one way ahead for the Islamic regime: complete annihilation.